Or, as some paleontologists suggest, they may have been largely vestigial, an evolutionary remnant from its longer-armed ancestors, like the three-fingered Golong or Albertosaurus, with no single, significant primary function, a lingering echo of a past adaptation that had become largely obsolete given the overwhelming power of its jaws and legs. This remains one of the most enduring, charming, and highly debated mysteries of T-Rex, a tiny enigma on a truly giant frame. Beyond sheer brute strength and raw physical prowess, Tyrannosaurus rex was also equipped with highly developed sensory capabilities, painting a picture of a sophisticated and multimodal hunter. Its massive skull housed a brain that, while not enormous in absolute terms compared to a large mammal, was notably large and complex for a reptile of its time. This larger brain size relative to its body, especially in areas associated with sensory processing, indicates advanced cognitive and sensory integration capabilities. Its forward-facing eyes, positioned to provide excellent binocular vision, were crucial for precise depth perception, a critical skill for any active predator judging distances and tracking prey in a three-dimensional environment. Unlike the widely set, side-facing eyes of many herbivores, which prioritize panoramic awareness of potential threats, T-Rex's focused vision provided a distinct advantage for accurate predatory strikes. Furthermore, recent studies suggest its visual acuity was potentially better than that of a modern hawk, allowing it to see details from great distances. Its olfactory bulbs, the regions of the brain responsible for processing the sense of smell, were enormous, proportionally larger than those of any living animal, suggesting an incredibly acute sense of smell. This allowed it to detect carcasses or live prey from miles away, making it an incredibly efficient scavenger when the opportunity arose, or aiding in tracking elusive prey through dense vegetation. T-Rex might have used scent trails to follow herds or locate injured animals, complementing its vision and smell. Studies of its inner ear structure, particularly the cochlea, indicate an ability to hear low-frequency sounds. This infrasound perception would have allowed it to pick up the distant, thunderous thudding footsteps of large herbivores, or even communicate with conspecifics over long distances, potentially coordinating movements or warning others of threats. Even if they couldn't see each other, combining these formidable sensory features, we begin to reconstruct a truly masterful and multisensory hunter, a creature that could stalk its prey with uncanny precision, deliver a devastating, bone-shattering bite, and then methodically consume its kill. While definitive, direct evidence of complex, cooperative pack hunting, as seen in modern wolves or lions, remains elusive and highly debated among paleontologists, the sheer presence of a single, fully grown T-Rex would have been enough to dominate its ecosystem, instilling pervasive fear and ensuring its place at the very top of the food chain. Its success was not just about force, but about a symphony of sophisticated senses. Now, let us turn our attention to the rhythm of daily life for a creature of such immense power and refined senses. What was it truly like to exist as a Tyrannosaurus rex? The world it inhabited was a dynamic, vibrant, and often perilous landscape, predominantly found across the vast expanse of Laramida, the elongated island continent that today encompasses the western part of North America. T-Rex roamed through incredibly diverse environments, from the vast, open floodplains crisscrossed by ancient, meandering rivers, to the dense, humid forests rich with towering conifers, broad-leaf deciduous flowering plants, and extensive fern thickets, and the sprawling coastal swamps that fringe the western interior seaway. Its habitat was varied and offered a rich mosaic of ecological niches. The global climate of the late Cretaceous was generally warm and humid, fostering a rich tapestry of life, but it also presented significant environmental challenges, including pronounced seasonal variations in temperature and rainfall, and localized droughts that could impact food availability. Its diet consisted primarily of the abundant large herbivorous dinosaurs that shared its territories, making it the apex predator of its time. Imagine a T-Rex confronting and bringing down a mighty Triceratops horridus, with its formidable bony frill and 3 sharp horns, a truly dangerous and formidable opponent, capable of inflicting severe damage. T-Rex likely targeted younger, weaker, or isolated individuals within these herds. Fossil evidence, such as distinctive bite marks on bones consistent with T-Rex dentition, and even rare instances of partially digested stomach contents, confirms these direct predatory interactions. T-Rex was undeniably an active predator, a highly efficient hunter of massive prey. However, it was also undoubtedly an opportunistic scavenger. In a world without large mammalian carnivores like modern lions or hyenas, and before the widespread rise of the specialized avian scavengers we know today, a massive predator that could also efficiently consume carcasses, especially given its bone-crushing bite, would have been a crucial part of the ecosystem's cleanup crew. This dual role meant that nothing went to waste in the harsh, competitive realities of the Cretaceous, giving T-Rex an undeniable ecological advantage. Remarkably, by applying cutting-edge paleontological techniques, particularly the study of growth rings within their fossilized bones, a method known as skeletochronology. Much like analyzing the annual growth rings found in trees, paleontologists have painstakingly pieced together the life story and detailed developmental trajectory of a Tyrannosaurus rex. These intricate studies reveal an astonishingly rapid and profound growth spurt during their teenage years, typically occurring between approximately 14 and 18 years of age. During this intense period, a T-Rex could rapidly balloon in size and mass, gaining several tons in just a few short years, sometimes over to kilograms for 0.4 pounds per day. This incredibly rapid growth trajectory meant they reached their immense adult size in a relatively short period, allowing them to quickly transition from smaller, vulnerable juveniles to dominant, awe-inspiring forces in their ecosystem. Their estimated lifespan, based on these growth rings, was typically around 28 to 30 years, a longevity comparable to many of the largest, long-lived mammals in the modern era, such as elephants or rhinoceroses. It was a relatively long life for a dinosaur, but one almost certainly filled with immense challenges. Severe injuries sustained from titanic struggles with powerful prey evidenced by numerous healed fractures on their own bones, indicating survival of intense trauma, periods of extreme food scarcity, and the inevitable slowing down of old age, which would have made successful hunting increasingly difficult and forced a greater reliance on opportunistic scavenging. The social life and behavioral complexities of T-Rex remain among its most intriguing and hotly debated mysteries, largely due to the limited direct fossil evidence. Were they solitary giants, vast creatures patrolling their immense territories alone, or did they live in groups, perhaps even hunting in coordinated packs? While some fossil discoveries, such as multiple T-Rex individuals found together in certain bone beds, for example, the dueling dinosaurs specimen or some mass death sites, suggest possible social interactions or communal feeding events, definitive evidence for complex, cooperative pack hunting, as is clearly seen in modern wolves or African lions, is still elusive and a topic of intense scientific scrutiny. It is plausible they were solitary hunters that occasionally tolerated each other at large kills, perhaps for resource access, or formed temporary associations for specific purposes like mating or under the protection of juveniles. Some theories even suggest a loose hierarchy or cooperative defense. The nuances of their social dynamics, their communication methods, and even their potential for parental care continue to fuel lively scientific debate, underscoring the many unknowns that still shroud these ancient titans. Their immense size alone would have likely reduced the need for group defense against other predators, but social living offers other advantages, such as knowledge sharing and enhanced hunting success for certain prey types. For tens of millions of years, the lineage of tyrannosauroids, culminating in Tyrannosaurus rex, reigned supreme, an undisputed king, the very embodiment of predatory might in its respective ecosystems. But even the most formidable and enduring reign must, inevitably, come to a devastating end. And for T-Rex, and indeed for nearly all of the non-avian dinosaurs, that end arrived abruptly, violently, from the vast, indifferent darkness of space. Around 66 million years ago, Earth's fate was irrevocably altered by a celestial cataclysm. A colossal asteroid, a rogue planetoid estimated to be between 10 to 15 kilometers, or roughly 6 to 9 miles in diameter, a truly immense celestial body, comparable in size to Mount Everest, slammed into Earth with unimaginable force. The impact point was off the coast of what is now the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico, creating the immense Chicxulub crater, a scar on our planet's face that is still detectable today. The immediate aftermath of this cosmic collision was nothing short of apocalyptic, a sequence of events that unfolded in mere hours and days, but reshaped the planet for millennia. The initial impact generated tsunamis hundreds of meters high that scoured coastlines around the globe, leaving behind chaotic sediment layers filled with jumbled marine and terrestrial fossils. A searing thermal pulse, a flash of superheated air generated by re-entering ejecta from the impact, ignited global wildfires, consuming vast forests across multiple continents and darkening the skies with immense plumes of soot and ash. Gigantic shockwaves, registering as earthquakes of magnitude 11 or higher, flatten everything in their path for hundreds of miles, while molten rock blasted into space rained back down as glass spherules, heating the atmosphere to furnace-like temperatures. Beyond these immediate, terrifying, and localized devastations, the long-term, global consequences were far more insidious and ultimately, more deadly. The impact blasted an immense amount of dust, soot, and sulfur aerosols high into the stratosphere, forming a dense global shroud. This impenetrable canopy of debris effectively blocked out the sun's warming rays for months, plunging the entire planet into a prolonged, chilling impact winter. Without sunlight, photosynthesis, the very foundation of most terrestrial and marine food chains, collapsed almost entirely. Plants withered and died, leading to a catastrophic collapse of herbivore populations, which in turn starved the large carnivores like T-Rex.